This is going to be a conversation about music and creativity. And especially what Gilles Deleuze has to say about music.
Yes, I want to know about music. I really want to know everything. About how music works.
Metaphor is powerful. Its power emanates from the habit of thought that gives meaning to the metaphor, self-reinforces meaning through use, naturaling habits of the mind through repetition. But metaphor does shape, in important ways, the way thought itself is framed.
Metaphors help condense complex ideas. Metaphor is used to lend physicality to an abstract notion. Thought itself is often imagined as a tree.
The tree of knowledge. Its roots plunge deep into the soul. The tree shoots up towards the sky. From the ground to the sky. The line runs up and out. Away from the earth towards transcendence.
Beautiful image. But, the tree is a singular image, isn't it?
It is a powerful symbol that has been used regularly. The tree is already the image of the world. The forest for the trees for the forest. The general and the individual. Deleuze said that the West has a special relation to the forest and deforestations.
But what might happen to our understanding of the world if one was to substitute metaphors?
Instead of using the tree as a metaphor, I'm interested in the substitution that Deleuze and Guattari have suggested, the rhizome.
But, what is a rhizome? Isn't that a type of plant?
Yes, it is a type of plant, and a special kind of plant, indeed.
What is so unique about the rhizome?
The rhizome is a curious plant, and an equally curious metaphor. It is defined by its underground system of nutrient communication, which really has no obvious entry or exit point. It travels horizontally, instead of vertically, and when cut doesn't die, but becomes two separate and healthy systems. At nodal points, roots dive down into the soil, and stems shoot up. So unlike a tree, the rhizome works on more planes. A single plant is a system. The individual is never completely alone.
I think I understand. But I'm not sure about them. In this sense, among others, the rhizome is really the metaphor of post-structuralism.
Yes, it is post-structuralism. The rhizome works across many planes. It is a three-dimensional way of conceptualizing the world. Stephen Feld has explored this layering of dimensions. It could be said that Rainforest Walks is a rhizome. It is a three-dimensional sound construction which seeks to blend recording technology and writing into a map of social space.
Are you suggesting that it is not enough to think about music through other disciplines? That we have to develop a way of thinking about society through music?
Yes. I suggest that Adorno was onto something when he said we must think society through music.
So to study music can be to learn to think music?
Yes. I think that is the case. To be post-structuralist in music means to think musically.
So we have to understand what Stephen Feld meant when he wrote in the Kaluli world, lift up over sounding sounds are dense and layered, blended, and forever thinning and thickening. One hears no unison, only a constant figure, to ground motion of densities, decays, and fades, of overlapping, alternating, and interlocking sounds.
Yes, that is it certainly. Information, ideas, representations, thoughts, ethics, styles all move through the rhizome.
This upsets the notion of deep structure with the genesis.
Rhizome is multivocality and hypertexting. The multiplicity of information is not an alien appendage stitched on by a digital revolution. It is the extension of creativity and imagination. It is the multivocality of semiotic codes. In this way, hypertext can said to have always existed.
Feld has kept to a core theme, he says. The idea was the same, to have the sound raise the question about the relation of voice and place, to provoke you to hear sound making as place making.
The rhizome works at the sensuous, intellectual, spiritual levels and connects them together in experience.
A rhizome is connections. Power and structure form within the rhizome.
Bentham's panopticon is always cut through with vines and cables, secret passageways in underground caverns. Messages move in and out.
In conceptual life, the rhizome is multivocal to the extreme.
Contemporary ethnographers know this, and continuously invent new methods for dealing with the rhizome. We experience the rhizome regularly.
If we could describe the rhizome, what would it look like? Foreground and background, like a painting, all information presented within one frame at one time.
Like a painting, yes, but more dimensional, like music. The rhizome is the study of society through music. It is thinking musically.
Different levels of official emerge.